First used in powder form by people in the fitness industry who are looking to preserve muscle tissue, L-glutamine is an amino acid that's a building block of protein and needed by your body in large amounts. The most common original use of glutamine was to lose weight fast, burn fat and help to build muscle. While this remains the case, science now shows that glutamine's benefits are abundant. It also promotes digestive and brain health, boosts athletic performance, and is helpful in treating intestinal issues and leaky gut. Glutamine is one of 20 naturally occurring amino acids found in protein. It's also the most abundant amino acid in the bloodstream. It makes up 30 to 35% of the amino acid nitrogen in your blood. It's known as a conditional essential amino acid. This means that your body can make some of it on its own, but it uses it in large amounts. It also becomes essential when an individual faces disease, or specifically muscle wasting. This can happen in the course of certain diseases or even physical trauma. Additionally, it's conditionally essential during certain catabolic states, including after a bone marrow transplant. Amazingly, around 60% of your skeletal muscle is made up of glutamine, and supplementing with this amino acid can aid protein synthesis and help naturally balance your pH levels. Found in both animal and plant proteins, glutamine is also available in supplement form and is widely popular in the fitness community. Glutamine can be found in animal proteins such as meat and dairy, along with plant-based protein such as beans, raw spinach, parsley, and red cabbage. It's worth noting, though, that animal protein tends to provide amino acids that are more digestible than plant proteins. Studies estimate that most people probably consume between 3 to 6 grams of glutamine from their daily diet. Foods with the most glutamine include eggs, tofu, milk, bone broth, grass-fed beef, spirulina, Chinese cabbage, cottage cheese, asparagus, wild-caught salmon, venison, turkey, corn, and rice. L-glutamine benefits your overall health by supporting gut function and digestive processes. It can be beneficial if you have a digestive condition, such as IBS or irritable bowel syndrome, an inflammatory bowel disease like Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, diverticulitis and diverticulosis, and leaky gut or any issue associated with leaky gut, like joint pain, rosacea, or any type of autoimmune response. It's worth noting that the man famous for discovering the Krebs cycle in the body, also known as the citric acid cycle, was the first person to recommend taking L-glutamine for gut-related issues. That's because Sir Hans Adolf Krebs, a German-born British biochemist, who received the 1953 Nobel Prize for Physiology, found that it helped to improve a healthy gut-related immune response. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Immunology found that L-glutamine normalizes the effects of the Th2 immune response that stimulates inflammatory cytokines. The effects of L-glutamine in these studies show that it reduces intestinal inflammation and it can help people recover from food sensitivities. It's also known to play an important role in maintaining healthy gut microbiota and immunity. It seems helpful for reducing intestinal colonization and bacterial overgrowth of pathogens. This may reduce the risk for widespread issues ranging from constipation to weight gain. A 2018 article published in Nutrients also states that in vitro and in vivo studies have determined that glutamine is an essential nutrient for lymphocyte proliferation and cytokine production, macrophage, phagocytic plus secretory activities, and neutrophil bacteria killing. In fact, glutamine is currently part of a clinical nutritional supplement recommended for immune-suppressed individuals. There are millions of people struggling with a condition called leaky gut syndrome. It's essentially the main cause of autoimmune diseases. Leaky gut can contribute to thyroid issues like Hashimoto's disease, along with arthritis, skin issues like psoriasis, and other serious health concerns. Because glutamine is the major fuel source for cells of the small intestine, it's been shown to support intestinal health and help treat leaky gut in clinical studies. Published in the medical journal Lancet examined 20 hospital patients and found that supplementing with L-glutamine decreased intestinal permeability. An animal study published in the British Journal of Surgery found that L-glutamine benefits ulcerative colitis and inflammatory bowel disease. It also shows promise for treating ulcers by providing protection from further damage. It offers a healthier, natural alternative to antibiotics for the treatment of stomach ulcers. As a precursor to the neurotransmitter glutamate in your brain, glutamine is key to boosting your brain's health. Disruption of the glutamate cycle can result in all kinds of brain problems, including Ray's syndrome, epilepsy, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, anxiety, depression, and alcohol addiction. Glutamine can also help stall brain aging. Mitochondrial dysfunction causes abnormal increases in the neurotransmitter glutamate, and again puts the brain at risk for developing the above problems. A study conducted at the New York University School of Medicine showed that even mild traumatic brain injury caused brain atrophy, and most of this damage was due to the disrupted glutamate cycle and an abnormal increase in glutamate levels. Glutamine helps improve IBS and diarrhea by balancing mucus production. This results in healthier bowel movements. If you have Hashimoto's or an underactive thyroid, consider making it part of your hypothyroidism diet. The same goes for anyone who suffers from IBS symptoms like constant diarrhea or ulcerations. Whether your goal is to increase athletic performance, boost metabolism, improve recovery, or even build muscle, research shows that L-glutamine can significantly aid your efforts. During an intense workout, your body becomes stressed and your muscles and tendons require more glutamine than the amount that's supplied by a normal diet. After an intense workout, the level of cellular glutamine can drop by 50% and plasma levels by 30%. This muscle wasting state is a gateway for the body to use your muscles for energy rather than carbohydrates, but glutamine can help to prevent this from happening. Supplementing with L-glutamine allows your muscles to fight and push a bit further. This boosts your strength and helps repair your skeletal muscles. A study found that glutamine supplementation makes it possible to recover quicker from intense weight training sessions because it improves muscle hydration. This aids the muscle recovery process and reduces recovery time for wounds and burns. One of L-glutamine's main roles in the body is to support detoxification by cleansing the body from high levels of ammonia. It acts as a buffer and it converts excess ammonia into other amino acids, amino sugars, and urea. Doing approximately 1 hour of exercise can cause a 40% reduction of glutamine in the body. It can also cause suppressed immune function. This has a negative impact on your resistance training and may lead to overtraining syndrome. L-glutamine benefits long-distance athletes as well by boosting the immune system's T helper cells. Animal studies have indicated that this increase in T helper cells may reduce the stresses that are associated with overtraining syndrome. Research has indicated that human growth hormone levels go up nearly 400% after glutamine supplementation. This hormonal response leads to an increase in resting metabolic rate, and it improves the afterburn effect of post-exercise. This afterburn effect is essential for burning fat, weight loss, and building lean muscle mass. There's evidence suggesting that it helps burn fat and build lean muscle mass by suppressing insulin levels and stabilizing blood glucose. This enables the body to use less muscle mass to maintain blood sugar and insulin sensitivity within the cells. 6 weeks of supplementing with 30 grams per day of glutamine powder markedly improved some cardiovascular risk factors, as well as body composition, in patients with type 2 diabetes in one study. For this reason, L-glutamine benefits diabetics and those with sugar and carbohydrate cravings as well. Emerging evidence also indicates that L-glutamine plays a fundamental role in cardiovascular health by serving as a substrate for the synthesis of DNA, ATP, proteins, and lipids. Additionally, it seems to have potent antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects that can reduce risk factors for cardiovascular disease, such as hypertension, hyperlipidemia, glucose intolerance, obesity, and diabetes. L-glutamine is synthesized by the body from glutamic acid or glutamate. If the body is unable to produce enough, it needs to get it directly from your diet. It's estimated that 70 million Americans now suffer from digestive diseases, so it's apparent that our diets severely lack certain nutrients that support our digestive tract. While L-glutamine is synthesized by the body from glutamic acid or glutamate, sometimes the body is unable to produce enough. Plus, the majority of people don't seem to get enough L-glutamine from their food alone if they eat low-protein diets. Some reasons you might have a glutamine deficiency include eating a low-protein diet, undergoing lots of stress, exercising intensely, battling infections and illnesses, undergoing treatments including radiotherapy and chemotherapy, having an immune disorder, or having a chronic gastrointestinal disorder. Glutamine has become a common supplement for critically ill patients. According to a study published in the medical journal Critical Care, glutamine dipeptide supplemented parenteral nutrition continues to be associated with a significant reduction in hospital mortality and hospital length of stay. There's 2 forms of L-glutamine. You can get regular L-glutamine in what's called its free form, and it should be taken with food, ideally for proper absorption by the body. The other type is called trans-alanine L-glutamine, or anylyl L-glutamine. It's an amino acid that's attached to another amino acid. This basically means that you can digest it much better. Unlike free-form glutamine powder, you can take it on an empty stomach. Both forms are best taken right after or right before exercise, with small meals right before or after workout for its support to your metabolism and weight loss, as well as for muscle building, recovery, and preservation. Typically, the best dose is an ingestion of between 2 to 5 grams taken twice daily, and up to 10 grams taken twice daily for serious athletes. Replenishing glutamine levels after an intense session could take up to 5 days, so it's important to take it on a regular basis if you do intense exercise. Some bodybuilders say that glutamine works best when it's combined with certain branched-chain amino acids, especially leucine. Others consume it post-workout with creatine in order to try to improve muscle recovery and restore the body's energy stores. Overall, glutamine seems safe to consume in moderate amounts, especially if taken short term. There seems to be a low risk of side effects when taken in doses of up to 20 to 30 grams per day, which is considered a higher dose, but it's been used safely in some studies short term. Although the effects of excess glutamine rarely cause a problem, if you take oral glutamine long term, it's a good idea to also supplement with B vitamins. This especially applies to vitamin B12, which controls glutamine buildup in the body. Anyone with a history of kidney disease, liver disease, Ray's syndrome, or cancer shouldn't take this supplement unless working with a doctor, since these conditions can affect how amino acids are absorbed. If you're battling cancer or undergoing cancer treatments, always speak to a doctor about what supplements may or may not be helpful. In rare cases, allergic reactions to this supplement have been reported. Stop taking it straight away if you experience symptoms like nausea, vomiting, hives, dizziness, or pain. Glutamine is one of 20 naturally occurring amino acids found in protein foods. It's the most abundant amino acid in your bloodstream. It's known as a conditional essential amino acid because your body uses it in large amounts. This means you need to keep replenishing your supply. Research suggests that there's several important L-glutamine benefits for muscle mass, digestion, and brain health. Whether you're looking to increase your athletic performance, build muscle, or improve a health condition such as leaky gut or diabetes, L-glutamine could be part of your diet. The top food sources include meat, fish, bone broth, spirulina, cottage cheese, and vegetables like cabbage and asparagus. You can also take it in supplement form, typically in doses between 2 to 5 grams taken twice per day, with a maximum being 20 to 30 grams per day.